Greetings and good day, YouTube. How are you doing today? I myself am doing pretty good. Yesterday I messed up and loaded the wrong save, and then that auto-saved over our Dinosaur Deathmatch park that we were originally working on, so I had to basically make a new one. However, we made more progress yesterday than we had done the entire time we were working on it 2 days ago. So I'm okay with how the park has turned out. As you can see, I have the day-night cycle turned on because we are at Isla Sorna, and this is where the fighting will happen for the dinosaurs. We have a little setup to where the individuals can watch from the viewing booths. We're going to rename everything, like the hotels. Everything's going to get a name in this park since this is going to be the longest form park. I'll talk about these enclosures momentarily. But as you can see, this is supposed to be like this side for one dinosaur and this side for another. I have options altered, sandbox settings. You can actually change everything. You can have no failed incubations. You can have no dinosaur diseases if you wanted to, right? You could have unlimited lifespan, which is what I have set up. So this is like, our dinosaurs are never going to be having diseases or incubation failures or nothing like that. So we could make some ridiculous dinosaurs really easily. Normal escapes, and I want to keep all these settings to normal, but we have dinosaur combat frequency to maximum. Because, as you can see in the dinosaur combat frequency, it has a whole thing that talks about, they will not hunt or fight other dinosaurs or live bait if you have no combat frequency. Bait means they will only, go after live bait, and they will not fight members of their own species, even if their social requirements are not met. Right? Wait. Oh, that's two things. Never mind. I thought it was a bait option. Ignore that. Maximum is if a dinosaur is able to fight, it will. Dinosaurs will hunt onto dinosaurs or live bait as often as possible. Interspecies fights will occur as often as possible, even if dinosaurs have not exceeded their social capacity. For dinosaurs that have exceeded their social capacity, fights will be damaging. So, the reason we have these set up like we do is because we would like there to be like a velociraptor versus a velociraptor, potentially, at some point in the future. For the time being, we're not actually genetically modifying any dinosaurs. We are actually just setting things up in such a way to where all the carnivores are enclosed properly first. And there are 13 carnivores in total, without any DLCs, that you have to have enclosed. We're working on the final 5 right now. An Allosaurus, a Baranox, a Gigantosaurus, an Indoraptor, and a Methacanthosaurus. We currently have enclosed properly a Ceratosaurus, Velociraptors, Deinonychuses, Dilophosaurus, Carnotosauruses, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Spinosaurus, and Indominus Rex. And if you want a little bit of a look to see how to have the design for like what you want your size to be for the individuals, as you can see, this is perfectly on the mark of what the grassland need and forest need is for a Dilophosaurus. So you could make it an enclosure about this size. Same for the Deinonychuses. As you can see, I have a little bit extra grassland, but for the most part, everything is not too large. Like, all their needs are met properly. So, this is the generalized size of the enclosures you need for these species of dinosaurs. They're pretty big, especially for the Indominus Rex, as you can see. The grassland needs pretty high. How you could tell how much grassland they need is by going into the information, and you see the comfort threshold, the grassland, forest, wetland, all that. Note, this basically means that they need this amount of land plus an additional this meters squared, because grassland or forest takes over grassland requirements. No, I think at one point you named a dinosaur, like you said, the only name I could think of is this, and I cannot quite recall what that dinosaur was. But yeah, we're working on getting these enclosures set up, and then we'll be able to genetically modify them and go from there. I also have weather turned on to minimal, just rain only. Those are all adjusted in the sandbox options. As you can see, we're going to do this one at a time. The Baranox, how much? The Baranox needs 10,000 if I'm not mistaken, right? Go over to information. No, it needs 8,000. The Allosaurus needs 10,000. The Indoraptor needs the lowest, I think, at 6.8. We have a Tyrannosaurus, we have a Velociraptor, we have a Spinosaurus, we have a Methacanthosaurus, I think. Oh yeah, they need a lot of, they're pretty good. Hopefully we'll be able to put the Indoraptor over here, but this might be too small. This area might be too small. I don't know though. Because this looks like it can, how much do they have here? So they have a little bit over 6,000. Yeah, they have a little bit over 6,000. That still might be too small, but we're going to check it out by sending in the... Well, for now, we're not going to do any purchasing of dinosaurs with channel points or something like that. If you want a dinosaur, we can throw it out there, because this is the experimentation phase. We're going to figure out what we can do to have certain dinosaurs fight. We're going to figure out if we could have, like, a dinosaur that's weaker than another dinosaur. Beat that dinosaur based entirely on the genetics that it has. Oh, the Methacanthosaurus. Okay. We can actually throw that into here. Gigantosaurus here. And then the Indoraptor below it. But for the time being, we're not doing anything with specific dinosaurs, because these ones are just basic dinosaurs, just to make sure they exist in a good enough way for the enclosures. So when we do modify them, we'll be good to go. Is that properly right with the gates? Gate, 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 gate. Yeah, that's great. This guy right here. It's a little dark. We'll be able to look at him better in the sunlight. He's in the trees too, so we'll chill here for a minute while I'm trying to do something. Yeah, it's all good, Master Chion. No, Baby Chrysalid was, Grant's dinosaur. Yeah, the little taloned horns on the top of the head. I'm trying to get it in such a position to where you can look at it while I have, like, myself all tabbed so I can look at chat. Baby Devil. Like I said, we're not going to be too focused on naming are you attacking the... No, you're just sleeping right now. Who else we got? Oh yeah, I also have an option turned on to where the feeders will never run out, so we don't have to worry about that. Well, like I said, I want to make sure that I have all the enclosures set up, so we need to do, I think, 2 more proper enclosures for the carnivores, and then we'll be good to go. I also want some herbivores too, because I want to see what kind of herbivores can fight. Again, like, can we get a Gallimimus to fight against a Velociraptor? I highly doubt this is a possibility, but this is something we're going to experiment with. We also need to make a couple more Deinonychus and stuff like that, because we're going to be taking some out and then putting some back. And because we have just enough for the social need to be met, if I take one out, the social need will go down. So I want to make sure that we don't actually lose that social need. Mind you, like, the ones that only have one of that type, like the Dilophosaurus, we're fine with taking them out of that enclosure. Let's drop the gigant. Do you need the okay, hold on. I think it's the Gigantosaurus that needs the most out of the last 5, correct? I wish you could organize by carnivore or herbivore. 9,000. No, it's actually the Baranox. No, it's the Allosaurus. Yeah, the Allosaurus needs more than that. I think this might be... We could probably turn this into 2 enclosures. Because if this is about 15, 16,000, that would probably make it another like 13,000. So would that be enough for one of these dinos? Giganosaurus, Indoraptor, Methacanthosaurus. More like a fish than a dinosaur. Understandable, understandable. You need... you might not have enough in that enclosure. The Ceratosaurus wouldn't. You might. You don't need a lot of forest, which is good. Let's find out. This is what we're doing this for. So let's get rid of this gate right here. I said the gate, not the fence, damn it. Midpoint about right here, yeah? Huh, that's interesting. Been watching Camp Cretaceous, but he can't get him. It's all good. Sometimes people might be more into the movie or the show than the video game, because it's a totally different experience if you really think about it. This is... I call games like these more simulation games, because you're not really interacting with anything. Like, you're just telling an ACU helicopter to go do a thing, and then it's going to do that thing, right? Let's drop you. This is gonna take a minute, because I want to do this separately, because the carnivore will kill the other carnivore if we do this too fast. So we need to be careful. And, be prepared for potential breakouts. I don't think that'll be an issue, though. We probably need to make 2 more enclosures over here, though, or 1 more enclosure if these are big enough. I don't know if they're going to be. I hope they're going to be. Let's make some water over here, over here, over here, and over here. Enclosures, feeders. So you're coming back, that means you should have knocked out the Methacanthosaurus. Here, should be good enough. Hey, that sounds like a fun time. It's a very chill game. It's not that difficult to learn and to play. It's just a nice chill time. And if you get to the only negative is to unlock the sandbox versions of the maps. You have to get the maps to 4 stars. And for some of the maps that could be a little bit annoying. But honestly, who's gonna go to Isla Pena to have fun? That island sucks. Unless you change the settings to make it to where there are no storms and stuff like that. Yeah, it can be a pain to get them to 5 stars. But the main thing is, if you set it up right, the biggest piece of advice I would give to get to 5 stars, right? Since it takes a while to unlock level 3 success rate, get level 2 success rate, put them all in a hatchery, and then modify them as much as you can. The safest thing you can do for genetic, like the genome of a dinosaur, is get that genome down to 40% with a full board of success rate 2.0s, because that will guarantee you still have a 100% chance for the dinosaur to succeed, even though it's genetically modified to viability down to 40. You could take it down to 0% viability and still have a 60% chance of success. And it's fine because you'll be making so much money that you should be fine with it. I don't know if you can change the settings where it has the stars. Hold on. Sandbox settings. No, it looks like you can only do with economy and stuff like that for the park. I do like how you can make the sandbox as difficult or as easy as you want it to. Yeah, you can change it to where there are no storms. I actually turned it to where there's rain at the least, because I'm okay with rain. I think the rain adds a little bit of an atmospheric thing to it as well. We're gonna have to make some adjustments to this. Hopefully this will be big enough for the grassland.
Asset delivery confirmed.
It is big enough for grassland, but it might not be big enough after we put forest down. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because like you saw, the grassland was like that, now it's like this. Because the forest takes up grassland. So we have the Methacanthosaurus set up. And because the Methacanthosaurus needed a territory of, let's just say 8,000 meters, thereabouts, we can therefore deduce that this is a little bit larger than 8,000 meters, because this right here takes away some of the space from this enclosure. No, you have to, the only way you can do that is if you have sandbox mode activated. Certain islands have weather, no matter what you do. Next. Maybe the Baranox? Maybe the Baranox. If it's not enough, we can always readjust. But yeah, it's one of those situations where you kind of have to deal with the challenge before you can have fun with the free roam mode, basically. We needed to be a little bit quicker on this one, Chief. Also, if you want to unlock more cosmetics for certain dinosaurs, you have to do the challenges. And I'm not going to do the challenges right now because I don't really mind about them. Like this is a perfect size for the grassland, right? Oh, this is perfect then. Maybe not. No, it's perfect. This should be good enough for the Baranox. If not, we can make adjustments as need be. I still want to make this park look like a park because I want there to be people roaming around and I want that to add... Damn, this music's loud. At least to me it is. Anyways, I lowered my volume on my headset so I hear it lower. So the fact that we see people roaming around like this excites me because it gives the idea of like, they're coming here to watch the dinosaurs fight in the DDM kind of a situation, you know? But I also want them to be able to like, examine the fighters, right? So I'm thinking about making a couple of gyro stations because we can slap them right here wherever we want, like slap one in here, slap one over here, or slap one over here, like slap them all over. Then we can mess around with gyro stations and see how they work exactly. More like UFC instead of WWE. UFC has a little bit more visceral attacks they go on. Mind you, I'm not saying that WWE's fake or anything like that. They definitely get some actual injuries in in wrestling like that. Like some serious injuries in some cases. Did I not move the Baranox? No, I didn't. I'm a little bit distracted right now. Hopefully I'll be undistracted within the next, like, 10 minutes or so.
Pick up the asset.
We're just basically playing the waiting game regardless, though. This one I'm still not sure about. We might have to expand it a little bit, and I'm okay with doing that. We'll experiment. I think I'm gonna put the Indoraptor there. Because the Allosaurus needs 10, the Gigantosaurus needs 9, and the Indoraptor needs like 9. Or something like that. Now we just need to play the waiting game once again. I know I could do it like more rapidly, but I want to make sure each individual dinosaur is sorted before we go too quickly and get ourselves in a situation where the dinosaurs bust out and then I gotta capture. It's not that difficult because this is sandbox, but I don't want to make bad habits for when I'm playing in more of the challenges or something like that, and then I'm just not worried about certain things that I should be worried about. Because bad habits, I don't like to have in any game that I'm playing. Because logically, I should just let them roam out in here and see what happens. But I just don't want to play the waiting game and all that. The lack of sound sucks right now, but it would be normally playing licensed music, but it's currently muted. So that is why we're currently experiencing the lack of sound. On a side note, I finally got my package so I could get my old hard drive information. So I'm excited about that. That came today. I had to send back the old package, wait till it got credited to my account, and then go from there. Just a pile of corpses. I think they disappear after a certain amount of time, even if you don't release them like you should. We need to actually make a little bit more water. This is for the Baranox. And they actually eat, fish instead of the other. Hopefully that'll be good enough. If not, we can, again, make adjustments as need be.
Asset transported.
And because these dinosaurs live forever, grassland's perfect, wetland's good, needs more forest. I'm really good at this. I'm really good at the designing of this. Making me satisfied. Is that good enough? That should be more than enough, actually. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'm too good at this game. So that means we could actually push this forward a little bit, too. Because this is too big. If this satisfies this guy, then again, it's a little bit weird where it calculates the grassland, forest, and wetland. So there's technically grassland here. This is technically grassland. At least I think so. I think that's how it works. So yeah, we only need one more enclosure, it looks like. Therefore, we need to pop out the Indoraptor. I want to make sure that this little area over here will be good enough for the Indoraptor, which I'm gonna make myself an Indoraptor. Those things, I really like the Indoraptor. This thing's phenomenal. They actually don't need a lot of grassland, now that I'm looking at it. So, this might, it might be a little bit too big, but I'll be okay with it.
Request acknowledged.
I don't think I can break up any more of these enclosures like I did this one. I think I'll keep it as is, and I'll make one more for the Allosaurus. Maybe I'll make this the enclosure for the Allosaurus, because I do intend, no, I mean, keep this for the carnivores, make one over here for the herbivores, maybe? Maybe, yeah, and if you can defeat the, I'll have to figure out some kind of reward or something special to have for individuals that beat my Indoraptor, because this thing that I'm probably gonna make is gonna be stupid. After I do experimentation, I figured out how the genetic alterations do. Because look at this. Just for example, cosmetics, of course, vivid pattern. Sure, I need to unlock all the cosmetics for challenges. I might do that tomorrow and Friday. But like resilience, we can focus instead of on anything that increases lifespan, because we don't need that. We can focus all on like learning, repair, immune response. I don't know exactly what effects this has on the dinosaur, right? Like increased bone density does increase attack and defense. But does it have more of an effect than just that? Because I know if I give a dinosaur aggressive instincts, it is a lot more aggressive. Does that mean it attacks more often? Does that mean it does anything different? Like I'm not gonna focus entirely on the numbers, as long as I do some testing to figure out if it's a numbers game or if it actually matters what genetic modifications we add to the dinosaurs, right? So we're gonna do a little bit of experimentation and study for a couple of weeks playing this before we actually do the dinosaur death matches. Also, I'm not keeping track of what I'm doing because I'm getting distracted by having conversations, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all.
En route to collect the asset.
So you're satisfied over here. But yeah, like I said, the reason I'm having these dinosaurs like this is because I'm gonna name every single gate. And you know what? Maybe not live feeders now that I'm thinking about it. I mean, it doesn't matter. I could have both if I wanted to. But I kind of want there to be just basic carnivore feeders to see if they'll all
Transporting asset.
use it. Very low usage. Hold on. Let's do some reading here. Again, it doesn't really matter because of the fact that we have unlimited feeders, so we can just slap out a bunch of goat feeders if we wanted to for every area. Like, it does not really matter. Unused. I mean, they are eating from it. Very low. We'll leave this as is, because they are using their feeders. But yeah, you do have a lot of points. Like I said, I don't know if I want to have channel points be a way for people to like get dinosaurs. I probably will, but we're still in the learning stage, basically, of what exactly we want to have happen regarding these dinos. Dinosaur DNA. I'm glad that my microphone seems to be better off than it has been for the last couple of days. I should have anticipated there being some sort of a reverb because of the way that my desk is, but this soundproofing in quotation marks that I currently have set up is more than good enough. I mean, I could probably make the soundproofing a little bit better, but I need to extend. Nah, I won't do that because if I want, like in the future, I want to have a 2-monitor setup. And I'll be using my old monitor that I'm currently using as my, like, dashboard monitor and all that. And I'll be using the main monitor as a way to, like, play the games. A little bit more forest. All right, so this was perfect for this guy right here. Yeah, perfect. I keep saying this kind of in a joking way, but realistically, my little guesstimation on the size of these enclosures has kind of been spot on. Like, for example, the Dilophosaurus. Perfect. Perfect grassland, perfect forest. Did not anticipate that. Tyrannosaurus Rex, it's a little bit overshot. Like, some of this is a little bit overshot, in all honesty. But, at the same time, I'm satisfied with how accurate my mind has slotted some of these dinosaurs. Well, yeah, I want to have it, like, I don't want to have it happen every week. I want to have it happen kind of infrequently, like every other week or something like that. I don't yet know. Maybe on a Wednesday, maybe on a Friday. We'll make it like a thing. But I don't want it to be too frequently, and like I want it to be like when I'm done with this game, we still come back to it just to have the dinosaur fights. We have 2 more carnivores to deal with. An Allosaurus, I believe, is next, and the Gigantosaurus. So let's release the Allosaurus because, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check to make sure. Mr. Allosaurus over here, you have a requirement of 10,000, and the Gigantosaurus has a requirement of almost 10,000, but you don't need a lot of forest, so that's okay. You, however, you still don't need a lot of forest in all honesty. Yeah, honestly, if I try to knock this down anymore, it's not going to be big enough. It might be a little bit too big for the Allosaurus, but we'll accept that and then work on making a pen for the Gigantosaurus. And that'll be all 15 carnivores.
Adding task.
Enclosures set up. I keep wanting to call them pens, but this will be all of the enclosures set up, right? So we have Ceratosaurus, Velociraptor, Deinonychus, Dilophosaurus, Carnotosaurus, Tyrannosaurus, Spinosaurus, Indominus Rex, Indoraptor, Methacanthosaurus, Baranox, Allosaurus, Gigantosaurus. And this will be the theme where we make the carnivores, and the rest of the park will be for herbivores that can fight. Again, we're going to make a lot, like, I think I might... Oh, God. Some of these herbivores are going to be so annoying, aren't they? I might turn social needs off. We're going to have to do some experimentation to see if social needs off will affect certain things. But I know an Ankylosaurus will fight. I don't know about longnecks. I would assume longnecks would fight, right? But we don't know. 3 horns will probably fight. These will fight. I don't think these will fight, in all honesty. Yeah, 12 attack. That's a little... Maybe Dracorexes will fight. The hell no. These, I would assume, can fight. These can fight. These can fight. Probably not. Maybe. Probably. Yes. Maybe. Yes. Maybe. Maybe. Yes. Probably. Definitely. definitely, maybe. We'll have to do some experimentation with herbivores versus like velociraptors and stuff like that. Let's move that over to its pen, and then we'll go from there. I'm hoping if we turn off the social need, it will allow us to have like a velociraptor fight another velociraptor. I don't know how we would get that to happen though. I might have to Google how to get velociraptors to fight each other in this game, if we at all can even do that. Hold on, really fast. Let me quickly Google this.
Asset has been
Jurassic
selected.
World Evolution. Velociraptor versus Velociraptor. Well, we are gonna mess around with the genome, but I'm kind of cheating a little bit to look it up to see if there's a way to have it happen without me having to do 80,000 years of experimentation. Yada yada yada. I know about that. Is there a way to get us to fight them at all? I love how it's giving me this information, like, okay, we'll have to do that more in depth momentarily. Let me focus on getting you set up. He's almost there. But yeah, we're gonna experiment with the genome a little bit. The problem is, I think if comfort goes down, they will attack. They will attack the enclosure. Maybe we could set options to force them to, instead of attack the enclosure, to attack each other. We'll have to, like we said, experiment. That's what today is for. Alright, we should be good then. I was correct in my assumption about the Allosaurus, though. Perfect. Alright, now we need to make an enclosure for the Gigantosaurus. Perfect. Kind of just spitballing that one. Hopefully my experiment or experience is enough to where I could actually just like trank, drop it over, and it'll be perfect. Like legitimately, actually, hopefully. And then we could start renaming stuff and all that jazz. You don't need a lot of free. You'd be perfect. Also, because I haven't really done it late yet, we could actually mess around with scenery, you know? Like throw in some rocks if we wanted to, throw in some other trees in here, make it look a little bit more natural. Probably not gonna do that, but we will experiment in the future and see. After I get this guy sorted out, we're more than likely going to end the episode for YouTube and then potentially start work on the herbivores and their enclosures, but every other enclosure, like this is a good look, not just for people that want to play sandboxes. It's a good look for people that want to play any type of thing, because while I am playing sandbox, I have most like the normal social requirements, normal population, normal habitat requirements. Okay, so we turn off escapes to make it to where they force the fight against each other, potentially. Okay, I like that. I'm glad we could actually do that. Put the pine tree in the arena. I'll see about doing that, like right smack dab in the middle. Hold on. Let's get this guy over to here. No. Yes.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
I need to also make sure they're actually eating from the carnivore feeder. I know they are, but I want to make sure they are. Pretty sure, yeah, they are. Yep, we're good. You're eating from your feeder. I know you're eating from your feeder. Now we just need to make sure this is checked out. We can end the episode for YouTube and then move on to the herbivore enclosure, which is going to encapsulate this area.
Asset transportation underway.
The park itself, I think, is a little bit too small, but I don't care. I just want there to be enough people to where it looks like the entirety is like this. This is what I want, but a little bit more people. Also, fun fact, I don't know who was here yesterday, but for some reason, I guess it was because I had a path over here. In the Dinosaur pen, I took away the path, made the enclosure, and there were like 2 people in here. And, humans killed 1.
Asset delivery.
Humans killed 1. So as you can see, the Dinosaurs has got some human kills under their belts. We'll have to, potentially, in the future, play a game. To see, like a battle royale type of situation where we release a couple of dinosaurs and then have the dinosaurs see who can eat the most humans within a certain amount of time. And we'll do like a challenge, like we'll do a channel point bet type thing, right? So people can utilize their channel points to bet on which dinosaur is going to consume the most people, or get the most human kills, I should say, within like a 30-minute period. And then we'll go from there. Please tell me you're happy. Like a glove? Also, this is a Gigantosaurus. Looks actually pretty cool. Very elongated snout. Got a little bit of an overbite. Yeah, gyrospheres are nice. They really help you, like, they allow you to have more visibility on dinosaurs than you would normally be able to. Like, right now, I don't have a, like, this is not a good park for certain visibility items, but I could slap a gyrosphere right here and be good. Also, if I'm not mistaken, gyrospheres can go through here, so we can slap, like, a sphere here and have it do that, but we're not going to. Like I said, this isn't really park for people. I mean, I'm amazed that people are actually coming to this park and using the things. Maybe I need to slap down some kind of visibility type items. Oh, got you. Your eyes were a little bit, like, watery or something like that. That's so fucking cool. I'm just gonna, like, watch this damn thing for a minute. The grass movement's pretty neat. There is a little bit of clipping, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. And what I'm talking about when I say clipping is if you look over here, you'll see the grass, like, just phasing in and out of their foot and stuff like that. And that's a little bit of a shame. Little nap. You want to see baby dinosaurs again? I mean, I'd be okay with it. Like, actually being able to... You did not sound how I thought you should sound. You should sound a lot more bass. Like, lower, I feel. We're gonna keep listening to you. Make another roar. Do the roar. Huh. Yeah, Isla Pena sucks. It really does. I could actually do, like, after I end the episode here for YouTube, I could, like, do a quick little detour and show you what my Isla Pena looks like, if you would like me to. But we are going to do a hard save regardless, and I am going to end the episode for YouTube, so for those of you on YouTube, you know what to do if you haven't already. Until next time, take care, and have a good one. Bye-bye!